Good morning. My name is Tammy, and I'd like to welcome you to Tammy's Stitches. I'm not doing a full whip parade. I'm doing a small one. These are things that I'm hoping to do maybe the first half of 2026, and then do a mid-year. A mid-year whip parade in June. So my voice sounds a little bit funky. I don't know what's going on, but it is what it is. So I'm just gonna pick from my little pile over here, and then we're gonna take it from there. So I know I'm doing Year of the Gnome, and I picked out 25 gnomes that I wanted to get done, but I haven't worked on this one in a while. And this is Wizard Gnome number 2. It is Gryffindor. It's from 4stitch.com. I love these little gnomes. They normally don't take very long, but this one has been taking a little bit of time. So that's one of my gnomes. I started this one on December 11th, 2024. I'm stitching it on an evening shade Rit dyed Ada 16 count that I dyed myself, and I'm using the call for DMC. My goal is 2,500. Where this is a paper pattern, I have no idea how many stitches are on there. But so far, I have gotten 1,157 stitches done on this one. And here it is. So I want to finish up the face and the hands, excuse me, and the feet and the little symbol, and then I'll work on the hat. So, these hopefully are going to come out sporadically during 2026, and taking it from there. Okay. And then this one I haven't worked on in a little bit. This is called upside down. This is Icy Winter. It's from Climbing Goat Designs, and I want to work on this during the year, especially this time of year because it's winter. And I have a card for this one. Yes, I do. This is also a paper pattern. So this is Icy Winter from Climbing Goat Designs. I started this on February 13th, 2025. I'm stitching on an 18 count teal, and I'm using the called for DMC. My goal for this is 2,000, and I have completed 1,179. When I hit 2,000, we're just going to call it a finish, and it's going to get moved to my finishes. Once I hit the goal on a lot of these paper patterns, they're just going to turn into, finishes. There we go. Alright, and then the next one I have, this one I've worked on once this year because I seem to have lost track of it. But this is Halloween by VI Cross Stitch. And I started this on October 23rd, 2024. This, I believe, is from Daily Pattern Post. I'm stitching this on an 18 count vintage storm gray, and I'm using Ink Under from Dying for Sass. Another paper pattern. So my goal is 3,000 and I have completed 713. The floss I'm using is absolutely gorgeous. And here's where I am. So I'm going to try to finish up this side of the border and then move over here for some more border, and then I'll work on the inside. I want to kind of get the yucky stuff done first, and then work on the middle, which is the good stuff. Some of these I thought I had pictures for, probably do somewhere. I just don't know where at the moment. Alright, next is, and I have all 4 of these. I just have to print them out. This is the Spring Owl. This is from Goffin Designs. I don't think I have a card for this. No. I don't know when I started it. I do believe I'm doing this on a 18 count forbidden fiber company. Either Lucky or Santa's Helper. And I'm not a big pink person, but I do like the pink in this. So I'm gonna work on that one. I also have the Autumn, the Summer, and the Winter Owl. Next one is Sophie's Sheep. And I have not worked on this one in a bit. So, there's the picture. Okay. And do I have a card for this one? Yes, I do. Cool. This is by Plum Street Sampler. It's Sophie's Sheep. I started this on April 15th, 2025. I'm stitching this on an 18 count Havisham from Pictures Plus, and I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 700. I have gotten 706 stitches completed. So I'm either going to put in another 700 or I'm just going to put it as a finish. Because when I think about it, there's really not a lot left. Just some flowers over here, the rest of the sheep, and that is it. Just a few flowers and the rest of the sheep. Oh, and the word sheep, black sheep. Sorry. There is Sophie's Sheep. And I love Havisham from Pictures Plus because it's a because of the cream and purple accents in it. Cream color with purple accents. So hopefully this will be a 2026 finish. Okay. And then this one I started a long time ago. I think I started it when I first started stitching again. I do have a card for it. Yay! This is Wonderland Teacups from Pixie Stitch, or Pixie Stitch. And I started this on January 5th, 2023. I'm stitching it on a Peach Blossom 14 count from Forbidden Fiber Company. I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 400, but I've gotten 909 stitches done. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to work this one. Oops, right there. But I love this fabric that it's on. It's a beautiful color. And I have, I think, 2 more rows of cups. So I'm working on this one right here and this one right here. This one, I do believe, is done. Yep, I have 2 more rows. Yes, once I finish this one right here, I have a row of 3 and then a row of 2. But here is that one. So I think this one I'm going to put as a finish, hopefully. Or I'm going to attempt to finish it this year. But these are the ones that are going with me for, hopefully, depending upon how much I work on certain ones that I want to finish, are going to go from January to June, and then I will reassess everything in June and do a possible mid-year parade with a bunch of others. I think I've got over 30 something here, and that's not even a quarter of my WIPs. So, alright, next one. This one is Salem 1692. Take me a minute to find it. Oh, right there. This is, it's not the best picture. There we go. This is Salem 1692. This is from Witch Garden Crafts. I started this on July 23rd. 2023, I restarted it on July 23rd, 2023. July 24th, sorry. 2023. I'm stitching it on a 16 count touch of gray using the called for DMC. My goal for this is a 3,000. I have completed 1,498 stitches. And this is where I'm at. So I think I'm going to work on the house, work over here. I know I'm too far away. Yeah, because there's 6,719 stitches and I'm only at 22.29%. So I'm approximately a quarter done. So the colors are a little but that's okay. So hopefully I can fill in here and finish the house and finish up this plant with these flowers here, and then work over here towards everything. So my goal is to get, this half done, which includes the border and all the flowers in the border. Okay. The other one we'll see if I can get this one done. This is Gothic Authors from Lola Pro. And I started this 3 times. So hopefully 3rd time's a charm. Alright. So this is Gothic Authors by Lola Crow. I restarted this on July 15th, 2025. I'm using an 18 count fossil from Forbidden Fiber Company's Fabric of the Month. I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 25,000. Now, I have 5,545 stitches to complete it. I am at 22,586 stitches, and I am at 46.64%. I am almost at 50% done. And here we are. I've gotten LaRue, Stevenson, Radcliffe done. I'm working on Poe, and then I'm going to work on the bottom to get the bottom complete. And then I'm going to go back up to the top and work on the 4 that are going down and work on the side as well. So I'm going to finish the top, the sides, the bottom, and then work on it. This one has definitely gotten a lot of work in since I restarted it again. Excuse me, because it has definitely called my name a lot and screamed at me a lot. And this is a bag I made myself out of books. Okay. Now, this is another bag I made myself. I didn't get a zipper in it because I screwed it up. So, but that's okay. Alright. This is Knock Knock by the Prairie Schooler. And do I have a card? Nope, no card. So, this is how far I've gotten. So I've been working this in sections. So my next, I had to pull out all this because it was off by 1 row. And then I started to put in the roof for the house. I've got to work down this side and get this over here is mirrored over here. This here is mirrored down here. So that's what I want to get done. I'm hoping this could be a finish this year. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm not quite sure. Alright, next is Deep Sea, and this is by Daily Pattern Post. And I started this on April 12th, 2025. I'm stitching this on a 25 count Illusion Blue Lugana 1/1, and I'm using Sulky 4014. And this has 9,684 stitches, and I have completed 1,441, and I'm at 14.8%. My goal for this is 2,000. So, and here it is. I don't have a picture for this one, unfortunately. I do, but I have no idea where it is. And the one on I'm not fighting with my pattern keeper to get that to come out. So I have to mirror this over here, and then I'm just going to work my way down. This is not a big sampler by any means, but I live in Maine. I live close to the ocean. Either you know, approximately a half an hour in either direction. We have a Wells Beach, we have Algonquin, we have York, long sands and short sands. But yeah, so there's that. And I love going to the beach and just walking. I really do. So there is Deep Sea. Alright, the one after next is Halloween Quaker number 3 from Tinsel Cross Stitch. Yes. Yes. And I'm doing this on a 25 count vintage storm cloud, and I'm using DMC 3799, and there is 10,133 stitches. I've completed 1,781. My goal is 2,500. And I am at 17.58%. I'm working on these 3 bats, this 3 bat motif here. I've got to fill in this one, and I need to go across the top. So, and I love Halloween. I mean, I love stitching Halloween. The creepier the better lately. Seems like, let's see what's on here. Oh, that's definitely a restart. I'm not fighting with that one. Okay. And then this one I do have a good picture for, I believe. Oh, whoop, right there. This is Noel. This is from Box and Fox. I was doing this on an 18 count easy guide, but I didn't like it, so I restarted it recently. And if we get any more snow, yeah. Alright, this is Noel from Box and Fox. I restarted this on December 23rd of 2025. I'm using 18 count wind chill from To Die For Fabrics, and I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 5,000. There is 16,720 stitches to complete it, and I've done 200, so I am at 1.20%. And I love this wind chill. It's beautiful. And there's how much I got done. So there's that one. Alright, next. Oh. This is the King. And I think, I don't know if I signed up for it right. I really don't know. But if I didn't, I didn't. But I'm going to kind of work on this, and, you know, however many stitches I get for the month of January, I'm going to post on Stitches So Beautiful and see what I can see. Alright, so where are we? I need the King. All the way down at the bottom. Not much I do know. Now, I love Nightmare Before Christmas. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. And I can't believe this is the first one I've started. Well, not technically, but close enough. Alright. Whoop. this is, I think, I can't remember the name of the artist, but it's charted by Stitches So Beautiful. And this is a small. It's only 250 by 250. No. 150, I think, by 250. I'm not entirely sure. But I started this on December 24th, 2025. And I am using a 20 count ivory because I had to do something where white would show up. And I'm using the called for DMC. My goal for this is 5,000. There's 43,750 stitches, and I've completed 242, and I am at 0.55% complete. And here is, it's supposed to look like a tarot card, which it does, and the purples in it are amazing. Definitely want to get this done this year. Some of it done anyway. Alright, this one I've had for a long time. And I ended up restarting it because I made way too many mistakes on it. So, this is Halloween Quaker by Lila Studios. And here's the picture. I started this on September 23rd, or restarted it on September 23rd, 2025, and I'm stitching it on a 20 count pumpkin Ada from Fiber on a Whim. And I'm using all the called for fancy floss. And my goal, where this is paper, is 3,000. And I have completed 474, which is not a lot. And yeah, hand dyed 20 count Ada pumpkin. And I am still working on one motif. And I'm doing this 1/1 on 20 count. But I love this pumpkin. It's beautiful. And these colors are actually coming out quite well. So sorry. I'm hoping to get this out. You know. Because these are some of the things I really want to work on, because I've had this for a long time and it needs to get off my plate. Okay, next one is the Salem Sisters, and this is from Plum Street Samplers. Sisters of mine, we've done no crime yet. Here we go a-hangin'. These foul townfolk, they thought us cursed, and now we're up here swangin'. What is swangin'? I don't know. But, yeah. Here it is. So, do I have a card for this one? No. But I am using the call for colors, and I'm stitching this on an 18 count earthen. And this is how far I've gotten. And I know I have a good, you know, at least 1,200 stitches in this, because I was trying to do 400 stitches at a time. So I will make sure I get a card for this one. Probably have one written out somewhere, I don't know. So there's that one. This one I definitely want to be a 2026 finish. Alright, next is, I think I have this on my pattern keeper. Now, some of these I showed you the other day. Some of these you'll be seeing again from my For the Birds January extra. But so I don't know how well this one's going to come out. But anyway, this is Lola Crow's The Haunted Library. This was a Sal. Now, I'm not a big Sal person. I've tried to keep up with him, and I have failed miserably. I really have. So, I'm doing this on a Fiber on the Whim 20 count Ada called Heather. And I do have card. Yay! I started this on, this is from Lola Crow, I think. Yes. And I started this on October 2nd, 2025. I'm using a 20 count Heather from Fiber on the Whim. I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 8,000. Now the reason my goal is so high is because there's 16,895 stitches. And I have completed 261, and I've only worked on it once, so this needs some love. And I am at 1.54%. And I do believe that this is all the way across. So this is not going to be very big, but it is going to be pretty, that's for sure. Or it's going to be, you know, it is what it is. And am I putting all the characters in here that are on? Yes, I'm not changing anything. I'm not a big one on changing. Sometimes I will change a color if the fabric that I'm using is a little bit too light or too dark and the color doesn't, the floss doesn't show up. I will darken or lighten, but I'm always in that same, like say I want to do something and one of the colors is 525 or 535, okay? Yet that's a little bit dark, not as dark as it should be. I'll either stay in that sort of range, or I will go with something like 3799. You know, and with most monograms, but monochromatic, I will change the color to something that I really like, or something that I really want. Okay, this one I do have a picture for. This is called Coffee Abstract, and it is from Box and Fox. I've worked on this, I think, maybe twice since I started it, and it definitely needs some TLC. There it is. This is Coffee Abstract from Box and Fox. I started this on June 16th. 2025. I'm using an 18 count Easy Guide, which is okay. I'm not real thrilled with it, but it's alright. And I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 5,000. There is 22,350 stitches, and I have completed 496. And I am at 2.22%, and I've just gotten the coffee. So this is something I'm going to work on. I love these Box and Fox, excuse me, small full coverages. I just love them. I don't know why, I just do. So, I have one for Thanksgiving. I have a turkey travel poster. I don't know. Don't know why. I think I got it confused, but I got it, so I might as well stitch it. If I like it, then cool. I think what I may be doing is taking a couple scrapbooking crash courses so I can scrapbook some of my stuff. Because I don't want them all hanging up. So, alright, next. Alright, before I go on, I have to take care of something. Hold on. Sorry, I wanted to get, the pile was getting too big, so I wanted to move some of my stuff out of the way, clean up a little bit. Okay, next is, and I worked on this one a little bit this week. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this or not, but I really didn't care at that point. I just sat down and started making lists and decided to make this a small whip parade. So, but these are things that I've worked on during the year of 2025, and so I'm hoping a lot of them will turn into finishes for 2026. I'm hoping. We shall see what we shall see. Okay, where are we? We are looking for... where are you? Oh, come on. Where are you? I mean, I have a lot of stuff I want to start, too. Excuse me. But, am I going to? I don't know. Let's see. Alright, this is portal number 6. This is from Rose Capcom, and it was charted by Cross Stitch Studio. I don't normally, I'm more of just an Etsy girl. So, there's that. And, this is Glowstone City, portal number 6, from Rose Catherine Kahn. Started this on November 25th, 2025, stitching on a 25 count Easy Guide 1/1, and I'm using the colorful gloss. My goal is 5,000. I have completed, this has 161,600 stitches, and I have completed 640 because I did work on some. And this is 0.40%. And it may not look like a lot that I got done, but okay. Let's move it. There we go. And here it is. I don't know exactly how many stitches I put in. There is that. And this is going, excuse me, this is going to be for my FlossTube friends. I have 6 people that I've picked out, and this is for Dawn Marie, DM's Crafty Vortex. So, I will probably be working on this, because I'm going to be binging some more for older floss tubes, and so when I start binging, I'm going to pull this out and work on it while I'm binging. Okay. Next one. Ooh, I know exactly which one this is, and I'm so happy to get to work on it. Okay. This is a Halloween bat. There we go. And this is from Celtic Rose Cross Stitch on Etsy. And I started this on September 9th, 2025. Stitching on a 20 count easy guide, and I'm using the called for DMC. Now my goal for this one is 5,000 stitches. There is 38,416 stitches, and I have completed 623, and this is at 1.62%. And I might just pick a week and work on this every day for 5 days, doing approximately 200 stitches. That's how far I've gotten. So I'm doing a 4x4 section. And this one I cannot wait to work on. I love this one. It's one of my favorites. A few of my favorite full coverage places to go and visit are like Celtic Rose Cross Stitch on Etsy, Zana Crosswell, and Stitch is so beautiful. Occasionally I'll go to Heaven and Earth Designs, but it's not very often. And I have gone on the Cross Stitch Studio a couple of times, and Thread Geeks, but as of today, because today is the 31st, Happy New Year, everyone, they're not going to have very much on Thread Geeks anymore. So. Alright, next. This one I started a while back, and I'm so cute. The bat. I just have to find it. This is by Cross Stitch Patterns, I think, but it's spelled P-A-T-E-R-N-S, I think. And I was able to get it on Pattern Keeper. I just have to find it. I think it's back towards the top. Alright. Come on, where are you? I don't think it's that far down, so maybe I don't know where it is. I'm not going to worry about it right now. Oh, no, this, wrong one. This is The Night Before Christmas by Carolyn Manning. I was supposed to work on this week, but I just wasn't feeling it, so I picked something else. I might do this in Christmas in July, or Jingle Jangle July as I call it. I don't know, because I really do like this. And when I worked on it the other day, I was kind of getting in the groove, and then, things happen. So I started this on November 4th, 2024. I'm just stitching this on an 18 count white Aida. I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 3,000 stitches. I have completed 1,653. And yeah, working on this corner. And I'm hoping to get down to the other corner, bottom corner. So this one I will try to bring out. I'm not a seasonal stitcher, so I don't care. I'll work on anything any time of year. It doesn't matter. It could be, 110 degrees outside, and I'm working on Christmas. It does not matter to me. Alright, the next one, which I don't have a picture for, is 3 cheers, and this one I want to finish this year. Here it is. This is a definite finish. So, I finally found a way that I really like working on it, and that is starting here and going down, starting here and going down, starting here and going down. There's probably more done than what I have written down, because I don't, with this particular one, where it's paper and it makes it a lot easier, I do not count the block. I do a 10 by 10 block until it's completely finished. So this is 3 cheers. I started this on May 28th, 2024, stitching on a 16 count easy guide using the call for DMC. My goal is 5,000 stitches. This is a paper pattern. I've got 2,400 completed. So that is that. And this one I definitely want off my plate. There are a few definites that have been lingering for way too long. Alright, this is the one I was trying to find a picture for, but I can't seem to. I think I have a picture for it. Am I? Yes. Yes. This is the Fairy Rabbit. It's by Cross Stitch Patterns, P-A-T-E-R-N-S, on Etsy. Started this February 12th, 2024. I'm stitching it on an 18 count easy count. I'm using the call for DMC. Where this is a paper pattern, my goal is 5,000. And, where I have it on Pattern Keeper, it's got 15,876. I have completed 2,702, and I am at 17.20%. That's because when I put it in Pattern Keeper, I didn't have any anything done, so I went through and I didn't put everything in, but I put a good majority. And this is how far I've gotten. It's not that big. I do want to finish up the clock eventually. I need to get some more of the rabbit done, but I've been mainly working on the wallpaper. So. Okay, next. Alright, this is from Zaner Crosswell, and it's called Hanging Out for Halloween. And he is the cutest, furry, fluffy little bag. Oh, and the eyes are like this bright, amazing green. It's not on the picture, but it is. And this is 300 by 300, and it's 90,000. And I'm using all the called for DMC. And I know I have a card for this one. Here it is. This is Hanging Out for Halloween. I started this on August 26, 2025. I'm using a 25 count easy guide, and I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 5,000. There is 90,000 stitches. And I have completed 1,593, and I am at 1.77%. And I think a lot of my goals for these ones are to get to at least 2. Maybe 5. But here it is. That's what I got going. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm doing 7 by 7. And I do want to get the rest of this filled in. Because we have branch coming in, and since his feet are hanging off the branch and going down, I'm hoping I'm getting to the back here pretty quick. But we shall see. So, I definitely want to even it up. Hello, ma'am. Miss Patches, do you say hello to the peoples? No? Oh, no. Papa's home today, so... We're Papa's girl. Not mine. Papa's. I'm Papa's home. Alright, the next one is my all-time favorite. It really is. And this is Frank's Monster by the Art Revivalist, and it is charted by Stitches So Beautiful. And this is the small one. I'd hate to see how big the big one is, because this has got not too much confetti, but enough. But I do love it. I do love it. And I showed this to you the other day because it's going to be on my January for the Birds Bingo, because it's number 13. And this is as far as I've gotten. I need to work on this one some more. And here it is. There's not any black in it so far. It's been all blues. And I've got to do 3 more blocks on the top to even make it a 7 by 7 square. Alright, now with this one, I started this on October 15th, 2025. I'm using 25 count easy guide 1/1, and I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 5,000. There is 62,500 stitches, and I have completed 1,440, and I am at 2.30%. So I am at 2% on this one, because I work on it every month. Since I started it, I've been working on it every month. So I don't know if I'm going to get a chance to work on it this week. I might kind of sneak it in if I can. But I do know I'll be working on it in January and pretty much February as well. I'll reassess in February after I work on it and see if I want to continue, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to want to. Because once I get started on it, I don't want to put it away. There are certain ones I feel that way about. Okay, this is the Owls. This is by designed by Robin Hunter. I don't know the store that puts it out. I don't think there's a name. Check. Nope, it just says Robin Hunter. But I don't think that's a store on Etsy. I don't know. All I know is I look at a lot of pictures, and if I like the pictures, and then I'll go and check out the item details. I did work on this yesterday, and I started this on November 21st, 2024. I'm doing this on an 18 count easy guide Ada, and I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 5,000. There's 35,064 stitches, and I've completed 2,780, and I am at 7.93%. This one I want to get to 10%. And here's where I am. So I worked here and here, and I put in some more here, and then I started on the box where the owls are going to be. Now, not everything is matching up the way I'd like, but you know what? That's okay. I'm good with it. I don't expect it to. But that's alright. As long as it comes out in the wash, I'm good with it. Okay. Now this one. Oh, I love this one. This is another one I have a hard time putting down once I start. Now, I'm not sure how many stitches I'm going to do a month on these. I might do 2. I might do 4. I know Frank's Monster is probably going to get 4. But the rest of them, I don't know. I'm going to see what I can do. Because I might pick a couple. They might be a whip of the week. I don't know. It depends on what I want to work on that week. And that I will decide on Mondays. So. Plus, I think I need to do a sampler this month. For January. I need to do a sampler for January. Alright, here it is. This is from Randall Spangler, and it's the QS Huggable. Now, I know Kim Hollenbeck loves Randall Spangler, so does Siski's doing one for her oldest son. I know Stuart's doing one, a Randall Spangler. Jen, the Caffeinated Crafter, is doing a Randall Spangler for her youngest son. This one, just for me. My daughter's into creepy, so what can I say? She loves to read horror. She loves anything to do with horror, horror shows, horror movies. And this one I have a really hard time. Once I get it out, it's going to be an all-day excursion. That's just the way it is. Alright, this is QS Huggable by Randall Spangler. I started this on July 14th, 2025, using a 20 count easy guide, and I'm using the call for DMC. My goal is 5,000. Now, there is 37,440 stitches, and I have completed 2,640, and I am at 7.50%. This is another one I want to get at 10%. And here is where I am. Now, I don't normally park, so I have to figure out which stitches I'm doing, or which colors I'm using. So it's time to start going across the top yet again. Because I've gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10 down. Do I want to do a 10 by 10 spot? If I have to, I will. So. There it is. I really should take it out of the inner tube. Alright. Next one is, don't really have a good picture for this one. This is the Winter Creeper I restarted this on April 30th, 2025. This is also from Daily Pattern Post. I'm stitching this on a 25 count vintage Stormy Night, and I'm using Dying for Cross Stitch Americana. My goal is 2,000. There is 25,828 stitches to complete this. I have completed 1,104, and I am at 3.43%. And here I am. I do have a little bit of frogging I need to do on this little section of the star, but other than that, I completed my 200 stitches for my Deck the Halls December for this one. And I love working on it when I pull it out. I really do. I love working on all my WIPs, but it's just trying to get the ambition to finish them. Alright, this one. This one I showed you the other day. It is called Dapper Chap. I need to go up. Yes, I do. Come on, you handsome little devil. Where are you? Okay, this is getting annoying now. Ah, there he is. Okay. This is Dapper Chap, and the artist is Sydney Eaton. I did get it off Etsy. I don't know if it's available anymore. But there he is. He's so cute. And this one, when I started working on 200 stitches. And then every time I've picked it up since, except for November, I've worked 200 stitches. In November, I worked 4. So I am up to pretty good. I started this on August 19th, 2025. I'm using a 20 count Easy Guide 2/1, and I'm using the called for DMC. My goal is 5,000. There's 25,480 stitches, and I've completed 800, and I am at 3.14%. So here's another one I'd like to get to at least 5, or closer to my goal anyway. There he is. And the reason I have an Alice in Wonderland needle minder on this one is because he reminds me of something that would be in Alice in Wonderland. You know, he reminds me of that kind of magical creature kind of thing. So, there is my Dapper Chap, and I'm very much looking forward to working on him again. Okay, next is this one I showed the other day too, because this is one of, it's not 100% one of my favorites, but it is a favorite. Here's my picture. Okay. This is from Narna X Stitch, and it is, I call it the Deer and the Owl. These are the Scandinavian samplers that I like so much. This is also going to be for my For the Birds bingo, because it's got a bird in it. It's got 2 birds in it, actually. And it's going to be for my February month, because I'm going to be doing flowers for February. So I started this on December 31st, 2024, so it's a year old today. And I am stitching on a 16 count weight Ada. My goal for this is 2,000, and where it's paper pattern, and so far I have completed 3,058 stitches. So 1,058 is going towards my next 2,000. So when I get 4,000, I'm just going to keep getting 2,000 stitches until it's done. And when it gets close to being done, then I will finish it. It'll be put on the finished list. And here we are. There's that. So I've been working on the deer, worked on a couple leaves, I should say. And this I have to finish. And there's another flower that goes down here, and then I've got to move down some more border down this way, and so on and so forth. And I am starting a new one today. And I will show you that one in this video. Alright, now, I was looking for my Mad Tea Party by Lena Ova. I can't seem to find it. But then I realized I haven't worked on this one for a very long time. So it is time to work on this one. Do I have a card for this one? Nope. I'll have to make one open. Alright, this is from Stitch Area, Alice in Wonderland. We're all mad here. That's what it looks like. It's monochromatic. And I'm doing mine on 18 count. I have not worked on this in a very long time, because I was hoping that I didn't screw up, and I think I have enough space. So, here it is. I'm doing this on a gray Ada, and I'm using a Selfie floss. It's like a sapphire. And I don't know how many stitches I have. Oh, 16 count Twilight Blue. Sorry. So I'm going to have to make a card out for that one. Alright, the last ones, because these are all in the same bag. So I definitely am going to be working on one of these next month. I think this one is going to be my weekly focus. So, because it's a bird. It's got a bird in it. And January is for the birds. Oh, let's go back up this way. Aha, there we go. This is Alice and the Flamingo. And this is by Miss Pagatis. And she needs some serious love. So, what's this? Nope. Uh-huh. This is Alice and the Flamingo. It's by Miss Pagatis. And I started this on September 12th, 2025. I'm stitching it on a 20 count easy guide, and I'm using the call for DMC. My goal is 5,000. Now, there are 34,344 stitches to complete. I've done 551, and I am at 1.60%. So this is another one that I want to get to 5%. Hence the reason why I want to try to get 1,000 stitches next week. And here it is. So I have done 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to try to fill in the rest of these blocks and have a 3 by 3 square complete. And I absolutely love Miss Bugatti. I think she's awesome. She's great. You know. Alright, the next one. Just put it this way. Is the Queen of Hearts. And this is also by Miss Bugatti. You know me and my Alice. I love my Alice. So, this one might be another week. I don't know. This is the Queen of Hearts by Miss Bugatti. Started this on July 19th, 2024. Stitching on an 18 count, easy count. Or maybe it's 20. I think it's 20. I'm not sure. Using a call for DMC. My goal is 5,000. Now there's 23,607 stitches. And I have completed 566. And I am at 2.40%. So this is another one I want to get to 5%. It goes this way. This one definitely needs a little bit of love. And then this is Cheshire Cat. It's also by Miss Bugatti. I've started this one 3 times. 3. That's like 3rd time's the charm on this one. I restarted this on August 14th, 2025. I'm stitching it on a 20 count easy guide Ada using the call for DMC. My goal is 5,000 stitches. There's 23,220 stitches, and I have completed 316, and I am at 1.36%. I think. I don't know. But this I'm working in sections as well. So 1, 2, 1, 2. This is a 2 by 2 section, and I'm going to finish this 2 by 2 section before I move on to the next one. So there is that. There we go. And then, last but not least, and I still have to start the White Rabbit. I have not started the White Rabbit yet. But I think I'm going to do him on a different color because there's a lot of white in him. I really don't like stitching white on white. There you are, sir. And this is the Mad Hatter. And I could actually work on this one for a week because it's got birds on it. If you look in his hat, there's like 2 birds there. 3 actually, one's 4. 2 are flying, 2 are in the hat. I might just do that. Work on him for a week next month. Okay. This is the Mad Hatter by Miss Bugatti. I restarted this on August 13th. This is the 3rd time. Sorry, this one too. Stitching on a 20 count easy guide Ada. I'm using the Cult for DMC. My goal is 5,000. There's 23,219 stitches. I have completed 418, and I am at 1.80%. And I have done a 2x2 section complete. That cool? I love these. I love the colors in them, you know, so they definitely all need some love. So we will be working on that. So those are all the whips that I'm hoping to work on for the next 6 months. We will see how far I can get with these, and take it from there. Alice in Wonderland, Spooky Stitching, the Three Sisters, Winifred, Mary and Sarah are all 3 of my favorites. So yeah, we'll see what I can get done. And I do believe that's everything that I picked. I did have some different ones, but I had a hard time finding them. I really need to get all my whips organized and in certain sections. Alright, so I have filled out my new calendar for January here, and I just have to pick a motif Monday. My finished Friday is going to be Chewbacca still, soft Wookie, because that's not done yet. I'm getting there. I seriously am getting there, but it's just taking me a little bit because that Wookie is a pain in the butt. So I think what I'm going to put down for the 5th is Alice and Flamingo. So from the 5th to the 9th, I'll be working on Alice and the Flamingo. And then the 12th through the 16th will be Mad Hatter. And since the other two don't have birds in them, because I'm only working on basically birds for the month of January, these two will be worked on for the week. So I need to, I don't have my phone in here, so I can't spin, but I will spin on Friday. And Friday I'll be working on my soft Wookie for 200 stitches, and then other than that, you know, I do have a new start for today, and I do have a new start for tomorrow, and I will show you those both on Friday. Other than that, that's all I have. So I hope you enjoyed this mini whip parade. I know it seemed like a lot of projects, but I think it was approximately 35. That's a number I can handle. If I find any, when I'm going through all this mess over here, if I find anything else with birds on it, I'll pull it out, and that'll be worked on for January. Other than that, that's all I got. So I hope everybody has a happy new year, and stay safe, please. And I will, I have to thank one of my new subscribers. I did get a couple new subscribers, so I really need to thank her. She was going to try to do a no buy for the year of 2026. That was her plan, and I can understand that. I really can, because I've tried to do that in the past myself. And she she was so funny because she said she saw this, and cactuses are one of her favorite plants, and owls is one of her favorite animals. So she said now she has to go out and buy it because of me. And she has to wait for her little devil of a daughter to take a nap so she can work on it and hopefully watch me while she's working on it. And I thought that was sweet. I really did. So thank you so much. Other than that, that's it. Have a happy new year, and I hope to see you all on Friday. Okay? Keep on stitching on, y'all. Bye.